Today we shall be looking at the subject physics, and we shall be taking some multiple questions. Right, the first question says, the SI unit of force is A. Newton, B. Joule, C. Watts, D. Meter. The option, the correct answer is Newton. Newton is the standard international unit for force. Joule is energy, Watt is power, while D, meter, is distance. So the correct answer is A. Number 2. The work done in moving a charge of 1 kilo through a potential difference of 1 volt is, of course, work is defined as charge times potential difference. So 1 times 1 will give you 1 joule. So the correct answer is 1 joule. In fact, joule, B, 1 Newton, C, 1 kilo, 1 D, 1 watt. The correct answer is in joule, 1 joule, 1 joule, 1 joule. The velocity time graph of an object moving with a uniform velocity is a velocity time graph. This is velocity. This is time of an object. If you start from acceleration is always like this. Then you have uniform velocity, then deceleration. So the velocity time graph of an object moving with uniform velocity, meaning with this, is A, a straight line, B, a curve, C, a horizontal line, and D, a diagonal line. The correct answer is C, horizontal line, which is this very one. Number 4, the resistance of a conductor is what would be the effect of temperature on the resistance of a conductor. A, independent of temperature, that is, the resistance of a conductor does not depend on temperature. B, inversely proportional to the temperature, meaning the higher the temperature, the lower the resistance. C, directly proportional to temperature. And then D, constant at all temperature. The correct answer is C, directly proportional to temperature. The higher the temperature, the higher the resistance. Question 5. A body moves in a circular path with uniform speed. The acceleration is, what do we call the kind of acceleration when a body is moving in a circular path with a uniform speed? The acceleration is said to be what? 0, constant, centripetal, then A, radial. The correct answer is C, centripetal. There's a centripetal force that is guiding this acceleration, moving at a uniform speed on the circular path. The correct answer is centripetal. Number 6. Which of the following has the highest frequency? The highest frequency: A, radio wave, no. Microwaves, no. Infrared, then D, gamma ray. Gamma ray happens to be the highest, with the highest wave frequency compared to all others. So the correct answer is gamma ray. Gamma ray. Number 7. When a metal is heated, it expands because A, the molecule repel each other. No, the molecule don't repel each other when they heat. The atoms are destroyed. You can't destroy atom according to the law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics. The molecules move faster. Yes, when you heat, for instance, at a mean position, when the temperature is 0, the element or molecule remains at a stationary position. But by the time you apply heat, this molecule begin to move about their main position, thereby causing expansion. So the molecule move faster. The atom change shape. The correct answer is the molecule. When you apply heat, the molecule move faster, and as they move faster, they begin to expand. The correct answer is C. Number 8. The pressure in a fluid increase with dash, decrease in density with height, with depth, and surface area. The pressure in a fluid increases with depth. The higher the depth, the higher the pressure. No wonder you see a tank placed on a surface and the one placed on a story building. The pressure on the story building will move faster. The pressure of the water will be more. Your shower will run faster than the one placed on the ground. So it has to do with depth. Number 9. All right. The echo of a sound is heard after 0.5 seconds. This is time t. Time 0.5. What is the distance between the observer and the reflecting surface? The distance, d, is questionable. When the speed of sound is 340, speed 340 meter per second. He said, what is the distance? You know, speed is given as speed equals distance over time. So for you to calculate distance now, you have given speed 240 equals distance over time 0.5. So distance therefore equals 340 times 0.5, which is half. So 340 times half will be what? 170 meter. Distance is measured in meters. So the correct answer is B, 170 meter. 170 meter. Number 10. The instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure is A, thermometer, note, because thermometer is used to measure temperature. Hygrometer. Hygrometer is used to measure relative humidity. It's not. Then barometer, yes, barometer is used to measure pressure, atmospheric pressure. Then another option, altimeter. Altimeter is used to measure altitude. So the correct answer is C, barometer. Question 11. A transformer works on the principle of A, mutual induction, self-induction, electrolysis, capacitance. The correct answer is mutual induction, where we have the primary coil on one side and the secondary coil on the other side. Mutual induction. Question 12. What is the frequency of a wave if the wavelength is 2 meters and the speed is 10 meters per second? Frequency of a wave. Mind you, frequency is defined as 1 all over time. The frequency is defined as the time taken for an oscillation to be completed. That is the time it takes for a system to complete an oscillation, a cycle. Now, what is the frequency of a wave if the wavelength, this is wavelength 2 meters, and the speed is 10, speed 10. Now, before this, you need to calculate the time, t, and then speed is distance over time, right? Then this is 2 over, that's over time, is in second what time? Over time, t. So speed is given as 10 equals 2 over t, where t cross multiply, t gives us 10t equals 2, therefore t equals 2 over 10, which is what? 1 over 5. That's time. So if t gives us 1 over 5 seconds, what will be the wavelength? He said, what is the frequency? So frequency from here is 1 over 1 over 5, which is automatically 5. How? This is going to be F equals 1 over 1 times 5 over 1, which is automatically 5 hertz. The unit is hertz. Hertz. Unit of frequency is hertz. So the correct answer is, let's see the option, 5 hertz, A, B, 2 hertz, C, 10, then 20D. The correct answer is A, 5 hertz. 5 hertz. 5 hertz. Question 13. Which of these is a scalar quantity? Very simple. Displacement, no. Force is not a scalar quantity. Acceleration is not. But energy. Energy. The correct answer is D. Energy is scalar quantity. Question 14. The speed of light. The speed of light in vacuum is approximation 3.0 times 10 raised to 8 meter per second, 3.0 times 10 raised to 6, 1.5 times 10 raised to, of course, you know it's 3.0 times 10 raised to 8. 8. The correct answer is A, speed of light. Question 15. Ohm's law is valid only when, you know Ohm's law? Mathematically, Ohm's law states that V equals IR, where V is the voltage, current, and resistance. So Ohm's law is valid only when current is high? No. Temperature is constant. You can see there's no temperature here. At constant temperature, Ohm's law is valid. Resistance is 0? No. Voltage is 0. The correct answer is B, when temperature is constant. Question 16. A concave mirror. You know what a concave mirror looks like? A concave mirror forms a real image when the object is placed. Let's see what a concave mirror is. You know, a concave mirror is always like this, where the inside is always, okay, we have the pole. In between the pole is what we call the focal length. Then this is center of curvature. So a concave mirror forms a real image when the object is placed A, between the pole and the focus. Between here and here? No. At the focus, when the object is here? No. Beyond the center of curvature, which is correct. After this place, this is center of curvature. After this place, the image form becomes real. Becomes real. That's the only place where you can form a real image. All other points will give you virtual image. Virtual image. So the correct answer is C, beyond the center of curvature. Question 17. The unit of electric charge is very simple. Kilo. 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 The unit of electric charge is kilo. Let us not waste much time here. Question 18. A change in direction of wave propagation due to a change in medium. You know, when wave move from one medium to the other, probably from a less medium to a more, maybe from air to glass, you know, glass. You know, air is a medium, glass is a medium. When a wave moves from one medium to the other, what is it called? Reflection, no. Refraction, yes. Because the wave will bend from this medium to another medium. So, diffraction, no. Polarization, the correct answer is diffraction. Refraction, rather. Refraction, refraction, refraction. When a medium is involved, all you know, the wave will refract. Number 19, the energy stored in a stretched string. When you stretch a string, a spring, stretch it. What's that energy called? Kinetic, no, because it's not, the string is not moving, it's already stretched. So it's not an option. Electrical energy is not connected to any power at all, so it's not. Potential energy, the energy reserve at a mean position, we call it inertia. This is the correct option. Potential energy. It's not thermal because it's not heated. So the correct answer is C, potential energy. Potential energy. Question 20. The half-life of a radioactive substance. Half-life is defined as the time it takes for an object or a substance to degrade or to break down by half of its original mass. So half-life of a radioactive substance is full decay time. The time it decayed fully, no. Time taken to decay partially, no. Time taken for half of the atom to decay. Correct answer is C. Correct answer is C. The time it takes for half of the what? The mass or the quantity of the substance to decay by half. Question 21. Question 21 says, the buoyancy force on a submerged object is equal. When you say buoyancy, we mean the force of floating. This is law of flotation. For instance, you see if a ship is able to sail in an ocean because the force, the weight of that ship is being displayed. So the buoyancy force on the submerged object is equal to what? Its weight. Does the weight of the ship equal to the submerged object? The volume of the object? The weight of the fluid displayed. That is the correct answer. The weight of this fluid displayed. The weight of the amount of fluid that has been displayed, the amount of water that has been displayed by this ship will give it the force that will make the ship to float on water. We call it buoyancy. The buoyancy, that's law of flotation. The buoyancy force on a submerged object is equal to what? The weight displayed by the fluid. Number 22. Which of the following is a vector quantity? We have talked about scalar quantity now. Vector quantity: speed, no. Work, no. Momentum. Momentum is the correct answer. All others are what? Scalar quantity except momentum. Number 23. A fuse is always connected to the dash. You know what a fuse is? A fuse, we call it circuit breaker. The essence of a fuse is to cut off the supply or the circuits whenever there's a surge in power. So where is a fuse connected? Neutral wire? No. Earth wire? It is a live wire because it's the live wire that brings in the current. So live wire and not the ground wire. In fact, there's nothing like ground wire. Number 24. Which material is best used for making electromagnetic? Copper wire? No. Soft iron, steel, and aluminium. The correct answer is soft iron. Soft iron. Soft iron. Question 25. The point where the total electric field is zero is called A, equilibrium point, neutral point, potential point, and D, transition point. The correct answer is equilibrium point. There is no field, electric field in any of the side. Equilibrium point. 26. The area under a force displacement graph is represented by A, energy, B, power, C, velocity, and D, momentum. The correct answer is A, energy. Energy. Question 27. The bending of light around an obstacle is called refraction, reflection, diffraction, interference. The correct answer is diffraction. Diffraction. C. Question 28. Which of these is not an electromagnetic wave? All other options are electromagnetic wave except this. Sound wave, radio wave, X-ray, ultraviolet, except the correct answer is A, sound wave. That's the only odd among these other options. Sound wave. Sound wave is not an electromagnetic wave. 29. An object is in equilibrium when resultant force is maximum, net force is not zero, resultant force and moment are zero. D, it's moving. The correct answer is C. Resultant force and moment is zero. You know, an object can only be, when you have a knife edge, a ruler placed on a knife edge, you know, this becomes at equilibrium when this is balanced, because the resultant force and the moment, they are zero. This becomes balanced. We said it's in equilibrium when the force on this, the momentum of this becomes zero. Question 30. Which gas is used in electric bulb? The essence of a gas in electric bulb is to protect the material, the wire in the bulb from oxidation. And when we say oxidation, it prevents this wire from being broken or being destroyed. So we need a gas, and that gas are called noble gases because they don't react. They don't allow the core to react. So which of them is a noble gas? A, oxygen, no. Nitrogen, no. Argon. Argon is the correct answer. It's an example of noble gas. It does not allow the material to react with the tungsten. So it does not allow oxidation to take place in the bulb. Question 31. In a nuclear reactor, the function of the moderator is what? What does a moderator do to a nuclear reactor? A, absorb neutrons. B, slow down neutron. C, produce neutron. D, cool down the neutron. No. The correct answer is B, slow down. It regulates, it moderates, it slows down the neutrons. Number 32. The first law of thermodynamics is a restatement of, that is, what's another way of defining law of thermodynamics? A, conservation of mass. B, conservation of energy. Newton's first law, Hooke's law. The correct answer is B, conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can only be converted from one form to the other. That's the first law of thermodynamics. Then the next question. Question 33. If two waves interfere constructively, you see wave, another wave, you know. If two waves interfere, this is an interference, constructively, the resulting amplitude, what's an amplitude? The distance between here is the same. Increase, zero. Decrease, the amplitude of course will increase when there's an interference of wave, constructive interference. Question 34. The image formed by a plane mirror is usually virtual. That's the correct. We know that it's very, very virtual. It becomes only real when the image, it becomes only real when the object is placed beyond the center of curvature. Question 35. Which of the following has a fixed melting point? Mixture has no fixed melting point because it's made up of combination of two or more substances. A compound, solution, emulsion. The correct answer is compound, because compound are combination of two or more solids which are chemically combined. They now become one. So the melting point becomes fixed. So the correct answer is B, compound. 36. Which particle is neutral? Electron is positively charged. Electron is negatively charged. Proton is positively charged. Neutron has no charge at all. And positron, the correct answer is neutron. It has no charge at all. It has no charge at all. It's neutral. 37, question 37. Heat transfer through solids is mainly by A, radiation. B, convection. C, conduction. And D, expansion. The correct answer is conduction, because the material has to be in touch with one another. We should place one ion close to the other. The heat will be transferred from one of the bodies to the other because they are actually touching. So it's by conduction. 38. What happens to the pressure of a gas when the volume is half? This has to do with Boyle's law. He said the pressure of a gas is inversely proportional to the volume. So meaning the higher the pressure, the lower the volume. So in this case, what happens to the pressure of a gas when you decide to halve the volume? Of course, the pressure will be double based on Boyle's law. So the correct answer is A. Question 39. Which law states that current is proportional to voltage? A, Newton's law. When we say current is proportional to Newton, that is Newton's law, no. Faraday's law, Ohm's law, and Boyle's law. The correct answer is Ohm's law. Current is proportional to voltage. IR. This is current, this is voltage. The higher the current, the higher the voltage. So it's Ohm's law. Question 40. Electric power can be calculated by A, P, that is power equal to voltage times current. Power equals to voltage all over current. Power equals to voltage times resistance. Power equal to voltage, square of voltage times current. The correct answer is A. Power equals voltage times current. Power, that's P equals VI. Question 41. What type of lens is used to correct short-sightedness? Short-sightedness. A, convex lens. B, concave lens. C, cylindrical lenses. Then D, spherical lenses. The correct answer is concave lens. Why short-sightedness can be corrected by concave lens? Long-sightedness are corrected by what? Convex lens. Convex lens. 42. The energy possessed by a body due to motion, when the body in motion carries an energy, because the body is in motion, what is that energy called? Thermal? No. Thermal has to do with heat. Kinetic, because the body is in motion. So the correct answer is B. Kinetic is not potential, because potential is when the body is in a stationary. Electrical, when current is connected. So the correct answer is kinetic. Kinetic energy. Question 43. Which of these affect the period of a simple pendulum? Period of a simple pendulum. You have a simple pendulum like this, which oscillates from NA through 0 to sin B. So it can move. So which of these affect the period of a simple pendulum? The mass of the pendulum, does it affect the period? Length, amplitude, and force. The correct answer is the length. The length. The length of the string. The length of the string. You know, what is period? Period is the time taken for this body, pendulum, to complete an oscillation. Oscillation is by the time this one moves from A through 0 to B and back to A. That becomes the period. The time it takes for this body to move from here and back to A. So it depends on the time. That time, it depends on the length. That time depends on how long the string is. 44. In resonance, a system vibrates with, when we say resonance, when two bodies are vibrating at the same time, at the same frequency. A body vibrates when a system vibrates with lower frequency, higher amplitude, damp motion, constant energy is higher amplitude. The higher amplitude makes the body to vibrate. Number 45. The phenomenon of light changing direction as it passes through water is, light moves from air to water. That's a different medium. So there will be a bending of the wave. So what is that called? Reflection? No. Refraction, dispersion, and diffraction. The correct answer is refraction. That is when wave moves from one medium to another. Like I said, it can be from a thicker medium to a less dense medium, or from a less dense to a thicker medium. 46. The rate of doing work is called, of course, power. Power is the ability to do work, the rate at which we do work. Power. Power. 47. Magnetic field lines. A, intersect. B, are parallel. D, do not intersect. They are circular always. They do not intersect. Magnetic field do not intersect. The correct answer is C. They do not intersect. 48. The escape velocity is the velocity needed. When we say escape velocity, there's a speed at which you disobey the law of gravity. So what do we mean by escape velocity? The velocity needed to land on a planet, stay in an orbit, B, escape gravity, move in a circle. You see, some material or some object disobey the law of gravity. Rather than them coming down, they go against traffic. We call that speed, or the velocity at which they move, escape gravity or escape velocity. Escape velocity. Number 49. A step-down transformer. Transformer is made up of, if this is your transformer, we have primary core, then secondary core. Primary, secondary. Okay? A step-down transformer, A, increases voltage. When you step a transformer down, what it means, the voltage is bringing in is higher. For you to step it down, it has to be lower. Or if you step it up, you want the current to be increased. So if you step down the transformer, what are you trying to do? You increase the voltage, you decrease the voltage, you increase the current, does nothing. That means nothing changed. The correct answer is, if you step down a transformer, you are decreasing the voltage. You are decreasing the voltage. Number 50, and the last question for today is, which of the following is not a fundamental quantity? Fundamental quantity, we have three basic quantity: time, mass, and length. These are fundamental quantity, but the option speed is never a fundamental quantity. So the correct answer is D. The correct answer is D. So thank you for your time. If you have any question or any comment, check the comment section below and we shall get back to you. Thank you.